It's very important to empower women if we have to achieve food security, end hunger and malnutrition, because women are very active and agent for change. Women, especially rural women, are producers. They are farmers and producers. They are processors. They are traders. And they are entrepreneurs. If I give you some figures, the labor force in agriculture in developing countries constitute about close to half of the world labor force. They constitute 50% of the agriculture labor force globally in developing countries. But it ranges from 20% of the agriculture labor force in Latin America to as high as 60% in Africa and Asia. Women are also very important, not only because they're very active in the agriculture value chain or the whole supply chain. They are equally important because women work in the households. They take care of the families. They work on household chores. They also are very key in transferring and teaching values, culture, and knowledge. We, to be able to address these issues and gender in the strategic program, we have FAO gender policy. The gender policy has its objective that addressing the gender gaps, and these gender gaps are integrated strategically in all the programs. I'll give you an example. In the program to make agriculture, fisheries, and forestry more productive and sustainable, we focus more on ensuring that men and women have equal access to productive resources. As you're aware, FAO is a pioneer on land issues. We, through the implementation of the voluntary guidelines on responsible governance of land tenure, fisheries, and forests, we actually work with member states to implement the principle of gender, which is the 10th principle of the voluntary and VGGDs with member states. Yes, I have a good successful story that what FAO has done to help women in northern Tunisia increase the productivity of the extraction of oil, but also income and save time, and save the burden of time. This is a story about women in northern Tunisia who actually FAO helped to disseminate the technology after working with the National Institute of Research in Tunisia to extract the oil from the mastic tree, which gives the oil for cooking, but the oil is also very good for medicine. It can cure ulcers and bronchitis. But women would spend the whole day to actually extract a certain quantity of oil. This technology reduced the time from one whole day to only 3 hours. The same quantity they got in one day could be gotten in 3 hours. Now, that has enabled them to do more and increase not only their productivity, but also their income, but also save time to do more other productive things or spend some time for leisure or with their household chores. The main purpose of this event is to take stock of what we have done, what we've achieved, best practices, build on knowledge, but also identify challenges, gaps, and opportunities on how we can enrich the potential of rural women. We are going to have a platform that will engage member states, civil society, academia, students, and private sector to be able to share experiences on how we can build a transformative agenda that is going to take into account these potentials of rural women to make a difference in our development agenda.